Recording in progress.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Whitehall City Council meeting of October 19th, 2021. If we could please start with a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Aug, would you please call roll?
Elmore.
Present.
Coniston.
Present.
Cantor.
Present.
Peck.
Present.
Morrison.
Present.
Bailey.
Present.
Rodriguez.
Present.
President Todd.
Present. At this time, I'll accept a motion to approve the minutes of the October 2021 agenda and regular meeting minutes.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
There's been a motion by Ms. Coniston, second by Mr. Cantor. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore.
Yes.
Coniston.
Yes.
Cantor.
Yes.
Peck.
Yes.
Morrison.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
The minutes have been approved. This brings us to our first poll public of the evening. We have no one in attendance, but I do know that a letter has been filed with the council office. Ms. Aug, would you please read that into the record?
Jeff Thoburn, 466 Maplewood Avenue, Whitehall, Ohio. It's old news now that data collected from the 2020 U.S. Census count shows that Bexley, Ohio has a 74.3% rate of owner-occupied housing units, Reynoldsburg a 62.7% rate, and we here in Whitehall have a paltry 31.5% of our housing units lived in by their owners. And it's even older news that Whitehall owner occupancy rate was 41.6% in 2010, according to the Ohio Department of Development. If citywide development master planners and the right-hand Whitehall Planning Commission appointees and the citizens' elected servants do not seriously weigh and address the dismal Whitehall owner-occupied housing rate that plummeted 10% in 10 years, alongside the penchant for density embracing development, then all will fail Whitehall's citizens and their children, fail Whitehall's future, and fail their own TIF-centered legacies bigly. Wendell Berry, 87, from Henry County, Kentucky, once wrote, "The great enemy of freedom is the alignment of political power with wealth. The alignment destroys the commonwealth, that is, the natural wealth of localities and the local economies of households, neighborhoods, and community, and so destroys democracy, of which the commonwealth is the foundation and practical means."
Thank you. Good evening. We are in the middle of poll public, so if there's anything... Okay. If that's all there is for poll public, we'll move into our standing committee reports. Administration and Financial Management, Chairperson Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. President. Administration and Financial Management did meet last week. We have several items to introduce tonight, and our minutes are on file. We will meet again next Tuesday, the 26th, I think it is, sometime after 6:30.
Thank you. Community and Elder Advocacy, Chairperson Elmore.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank Councilperson Bob for covering community and elder advocacy. We have no draft legislation or pending legislation at this time. We will meet again on Tuesday at 6:30. Thank you.
Thank you. Community Standards and Enforcement, Chairperson Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. Community Standards and Enforcement met last Tuesday. Our minutes are on file. We have nothing on the agenda this evening. However, we will meet again next Tuesday, sometime after 6:30.
Thank you. Economic Development, Chairperson Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was absent last week, but Economic Development did meet, and our minutes are on file. We'll meet again next week sometime after 6:30.
Very good. Infrastructure, Maintenance, and Services, Chairperson Heck.
Thank you, Mr. President. Infrastructure, Maintenance, and Services met last week. Our minutes are on file. We have no pending legislation, and we will meet next Tuesday sometime after 6:30.
Very good. Public Safety, Chairperson Coniston.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Safety also met last week. Our minutes are on file, and we'll meet again next week around 6:45.
Terrific, we'll be here.
A little
Parks, Parks and Recreation, Chairperson Cantor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Parks and Recreation also met last week. Our minutes are on file. We have one ordinance on piece of legislation tonight for ordinance 104 that's on the agenda. We'll meet again next week sometime after 6:30 right here.
Thank you. Now it's time for our official reports. Mayor Tim Magner.
Good evening. I would ask council's favorable consideration for 101, ordinance 102, 103, and 104 for passage on first reading. Also, I would like to say that I so much enjoyed today's sort of like a ribbon cutting event that we had on Harbinger Circle West regarding our partnership with COSIC regarding affordable single-family homes. And there is an article in the newspaper today in the Columbus Dispatch, so I would ask that you review those, and for those who are listening to read that article. It's very important that we as a city and we as neighbors embrace homes that are affordable for people. That is the one way that people can pull themselves up, is by having something that they can call their own and they can invest in. And these homes that are being built through our partnership with COSIC and other agencies, they are Rockwell homes. They're being built over in the Langfort subdivision, as well as I think Westfall and Elaine and some of those roads is very important for our community. And I think it shows that we do care not only about high density, but we care about single family homes as well. So I would just like to ask everyone to read the article in the Dispatch. Thank you.
Thank you. You're right, Mayor. That was a very nice article this morning. Happy to see it.
Yes.
City Attorney Mike Bevins.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council. Thank you, everyone, for coming out this evening. From the City Attorney's Office, I would just like to reiterate to council that the Symposium from the Heart did occur on October the 13th. It is recorded. It's currently available for view on our Facebook page. You can go to the Whitehall City Attorney's page if you would like to view it. We kept it to exactly 60 minutes. The information was extremely valuable, extremely informative, and extremely helpful. But I would like to speak directly to any person who's not here, but within the sound of my voice, that if you are currently experiencing domestic violence in any way, you can reach me, you can reach my office, and we stand ready to help you get out of that situation and provide you the wraparound services that you will need to get free. All you have to do is call 2 phone numbers. The first number is my office, which is 614-237-9802. Again, that's 614-237-9802. And if you do not want to call that number and you would like to speak to our Victim Services Coordinator, Lorena Lacey, you are welcome to call her on her cell phone, which is 614-306-4777. Again, that's 614-306-4777. We are here for you. We are a resource for you. Even though it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, domestic violence does not contain itself to a month. So you're welcome to call us any moment, any time, and we will be there to help you. And that's it from the City Attorney's Office.
Thank you. Very good information. City Auditor Dan Miller.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council. I have no official report tonight other than what you have before you.
Thank you. City Administrator Zach Woodruff.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no official report. I would ask for favorable consideration of ordinances 101, 102, 103, and 104.
I did want to let people know that the Poth Road project continues to move forward. Asphalt paving on the north side of Poth Road is scheduled to begin tomorrow, and is expected to take 2 to 3 days for that base and intermediate course to be completed. So that project is still on schedule as we speak, as are the bridge replacements on Elburn and Etna. So that is all the report I have this evening, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Our Director of Public Safety, Van Greg, is not with us this evening. Treasurer Steve Quitzel.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council. I too have no official report for tonight.
Thank you. The following official reports have been filed in the council office since the last meeting, and that would include the mayor's report to council for September 2021, the auditor's expense report for September 2021, the auditor's bank report for September 2021, the auditor's statement of cash position report for September 2021, the auditor's revenue report for September 2021, the treasurer's investment report for September 2021, the treasurer's activity by fund report for September 2021, and finally the treasurer's fund reconciliation report for September 2021. Under communications, petitions, and claims, we have one item listed, and that would be the minutes, the October 7th, 2021 Planning Commission meeting. Ms. Aug, would you please call roll on whether each member of council was given a copy of each item of legislation listed on the agenda prior to the meeting, including any add-on legislation?
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll now move to third reading. We have 3 items listed this evening. First one being ordinance 82, 2021, making a fund transfer in the amount of $283,084 from the bond retirement account 101-950-57,500 to debt service fund 401.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 82, 2021, and move to adopt.
Second?
There's been a motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Mr. Morrison, to adopt ordinance 82, 2021. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ordinance 82, 2021 has been adopted. Ordinance 83, 2021, making a fund transfer in the amount of $46,241.64 to the bond retirement account 101-950-57,500 to the debt service fund 401 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 83, 2021, and move to adopt.
Second.
There's been a motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Mr. Rodriguez, to introduce ordinance 83, 2021 and move for its adoption. Is there any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ordinance 83, 2021 has been adopted. Ordinance 84, 2021, approving and making a fund transfer in the amount of $149,426.25 from various accounts in the Wim Petty Fund 279 to Debt Service Fund 401.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 84, 2021, and move to adopt.
Second?
There's been a motion by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Ms. Coniston, to introduce ordinance 84, 2021 with a request for adoption. Is there any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ordinance 84, 2021 has been adopted. Moving on to second reading, we have ordinance 95, 2021. It'll be read by title only tonight, which is amending the zoning map attached to Chapter 1122 of the 1970 Codified Ordinances of the City of Whitehall, Ohio, and is subsequently amended, allowing a special permit under 1123.10C29 to allow Express Car Wash Concepts LLC to operate a car wash establishment on a property located at 3657 East Main Street, parcel 090-008371, owned by 3657 East Main Street, and there will be a public hearing on this on November 2nd. Ordinance 98, 2021 will also be read by title only, amending the zoning map attached to Chapter 1122 of the 1970 codified ordinances of the City of Whitehall, Ohio, and is subsequently amended, changing the zoning on property located on East Broad Street, Hamilton Road, Woodcliff Drive, Midcliff Drive, and Poth Road. Parcel numbers listed in Appendix A from Apartment District A2, Exceptional Use, EU, and Floodplain District FP to Planned Unit Development PUD, property owned by the City of Whitehall, and declaring an emergency. And this too will have a public hearing on November 2nd. Which now brings us to our first readings. First item being Ordinance 99, 2021, authorizing the adoption of the November 2021 replacement pages to the codified ordinances of the City of Whitehall and declaring an emergency. And this ordinance will be read by title only. Ordinance 100, 2021, making and approving a fund transfer in the amount of $29,596.20 from the Win Petty Fund 279 to the General Fund 101 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 100, 2021, and move for suspension of rules.
Second.
Mr. Bailey, seconded by Mr. Rodriguez, has introduced ordinance 100, 2021 with a request to suspend all rules. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt.
Second.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Bailey, second by Mr. Rodriguez. Any conversation? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ordinance 100, 2021 has been adopted. Ordinance 101, 2021, providing for the issuance and sale of notes at a maximum principal amount of $1,805,000 in anticipation of the issuance of bonds for the purpose of providing funds to pay the costs of a court-approved final settlement of claims made by the city in the case of the City of Whitehall, Etal versus Olander, Thomas J. Etal, case number 207, EVH 060-217, in Franklin County Municipal Court, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 101, 2021, move for suspension of rules.
Second.
There's been a motion by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Ms. Elmore, to introduce ordinance 101, 2021, and to suspend the rules. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Bailey, second again by Ms. Elmore. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ordinance 101, 2021 has been adopted. Ordinance 102, 2021, providing for the issuance and sale of notes in one or more series and the maximum principal amount of $9,840,000 in anticipation of the issuance of bonds for the purpose of paying the cost of the acquisition by the city of a portion of an approximately 37-acre parcel in a northeast corner of Hamilton Road and East Broad Street, all in support of economic development and job creation within the city that will result in the elimination of blight and nuisance and on around the acquired property, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 102, 2021, move for suspension of rules.
Second.
Mr. Bailey was seconded by Mr. Rodriguez, has introduced ordinance 102, 2021 with the request to suspend all rules. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Mr. Rodriguez. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ordinance 102, 2021 has been adopted. Ordinance 103, 2021, authorizing and approving a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $150,000 from unappropriated monies in the General Fund 101 to the utility expense account 101.950.53,800 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 103, 2021, move for suspension of rules.
Second?
Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Coniston, has introduced ordinance 103, 2021 with the request to suspend all rules. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt.
Second?
Motion to adopt by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Coniston. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ordinance 103, 2021 has been adopted. Ordinance 104, 2021, amending section 505.01B, animals or fowl running at large prohibited, section 931.05, animals running in park, section 931.09, rules to be posted, and section 931.99, penalty of the codified ordinances of the city of Whitehall, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 105-2021 and move for the suspension of the rules, please.
Second.
Mr. Cantor, seconded by Mr. Rodriguez, has introduced ordinance 104, 2021 with the request to suspend all rules. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt, please.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cantor, second by Mr. Rodriguez to adopt ordinance 104, 2021. Is there any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ordinance 104, 2021 has been adopted. And our final piece of legislation this evening is Resolution 29, 2021, resolving to approve then and now certificates and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce resolution 29, 2021, move for a suspension of rules.
Second?
Mr. Bailey, for second, Ms. Coniston, has introduced Resolution 29, 2021, and made a motion to suspend all rules. Any discussion on the motion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt.
Second?
Motion to adopt by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Ms. Coniston. Any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Resolution 29, 2021 has been adopted. This now brings us to our second full public of the evening, where we'll invite anybody to come forward, of which you'll have 3 minutes. All we ask you state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Council. Joy Bivens, 4985 Durrell Avenue, Whitehall, Ohio, 43213. I stand here before you not just as a resident of Whitehall, but I stand here before you as the Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services for Franklin County under the Board of Commissioners. My responsibilities include overseeing job and family services, Franklin County Child Support Agencies, justice policy and programs that works with our reentry population and justice-involved citizens, as well as child support. One of the things I wanted to talk about just really quick was I wanted to see if it was possible for me to come before you to talk about the opportunities that individuals and families have in order to assist them with their rental assistance. As you all know, many people in Franklin County have been tremendously impacted by COVID-19, and we have a lot of residents who are behind on their rent. Franklin County Job and Family Services has a prevention, retention, and contingency program that assists residents in catching them up on delinquent rent. We also assist through our contractual partners, landlords, who have potential tenants who are behind so they can access dollars so that their homes do not go into foreclosure. So what I'm going to do, because I only have 3 minutes, is I'm gonna shout out the website that families and residents can go to if they are facing delinquent, rental issues. It is jfs.franklincounty.ohio.gov/PRC. In order to be eligible for Franklin County Job and Family Services dollars, residents must live within Franklin County limits, be impacted by COVID-19, meaning they've lost a home, have at least one minor child or pregnant, meet federal income guidelines. We will not only pay for the 1 month, but we will also pay for the additional 3 months past that you are delinquent, and also 3 months forward if it's deemed possible. But I wanted to make sure that I came here tonight, possibly come back and do a presentation for you all, but we do have contractual partners, not only just assist tenants, but also assist landlords. And Mayor, I want to thank you for talking about the issue of home and housing. As many of you know, housing across the nation is an issue. 63% of our housing residents within shelter right here in Franklin County are mothers. It has been determined that there is needed 54,000 units in order to house individual and families. So this is the Commissioner's just small attempt in one initiative to assist individuals and families being able to stay within their home. So again, the website is jfs.franklincounty.ohio.gov/PRC. Again, I am a resident of Whitehall, and I would hope that you would pull on me when as needed. I will be traveling the county, meeting with other councils and other municipalities, giving them the same information as well. So thank you.
Before you go, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you for the website. And I hope I'm speaking on behalf of council very much. Would like to encourage you to come in and speak with us.
Absolutely. On behalf of the Franklin County Commissioners, Commissioner Kevin Boyce, Commissioner John O'Grady, and Commissioner Erica Crawley, thank you for having me for this evening.
So thank you. And if you could get with maybe Ms. Ogg, and maybe we'll schedule time to next committee meeting, perhaps come in, whatever works with your calendar.
Absolutely. And we also have a mobile unit, and I'll be willing to bring here if individuals want to come in person as well. You just let me know.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else for full public? At this time, I will open up the community date board.
Who would like to go first?
Okay, I'll go.
What?
We all have things.
On Thursday, the dog park is doing a dog costume contest from 6 to 7. On Saturday at the YMCA at 7:30, they're doing a free movie with popcorn and pizza. It's Hocus Pocus. So that's what I have.
Nice.
I know.
Favorite Halloween movie. And then on the 28th is Trick or Treat in Whitehall from 6 to 8. And then over at City Hall, the police department and YMCA have teamed up, and they will have Trunk or Treat. And if that's not enough Halloween for you, we got plenty more. We also have a virtual costume contest going on with WCCA. So take your pictures for Trick or Treat on the 28th and send them to WCCA13@gmail.com. That's WCCA13@gmail.com. We expect to see lots and lots of great costumes. And then we also have, WCCA has a Halloween house judging. So get your homes ready. WCCA judges will be out next week driving around to look at those homes. And then on Saturday, October 30th, from 1 to 2:30 over at Etna Road Elementary School, WCCA will have their Halloween drive-through. Same one we had last year. I think we had about 500 kids come through. Obviously, they were not driving. So that was a good thing, as far as I know. That's right. Lots of goodies. I believe this time around, I was just telling them that we're having some problems with shipments, but I've been told that everything's arriving tomorrow. We've got activity books and crayons, and we've got little sticky cats and vampire teeth and pretzels and all kinds of fruit things and lots of candy. So come on through and get your bags of goodies. That's what I've got.
Lots of candy.
Lots of candy.
Pretty awesome.
That's great. Thank you. Is there anything else, community date board?
Well, we have Friday night, Whitehall Rams play at Columbus Academy in football. Big ball game, very big ball game, playoff berths. So, yeah, 7 o'clock. Go Rams.
Things are happening.
Things are happening. Nothing else to date for it. I'll move on to full council. Ms. Elmore.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank everybody for your attendance this evening, also for those that are viewing on Facebook. I also want to thank the mayor for highlighting the Columbus Dispatch article and the fact that we are working on affordable housing. And also, real estate is increasing in Whitehall, and I know it's attributed to the economic development, the beautification, the fact that its locations, amenities, and the Whitehall is really improving, and I want to thank the administration for that also. I want to thank Attorney Bivens for the information regarding domestic violence, and also the symposium. I will be watching that because I know it's good information within it. And also I want to thank Joy Bivens for coming forward and just letting us know and giving us a wealth of information with regards to what the Franklin County Job and Family Services provides. And a lot of times people are afraid or don't want to speak up and tell somebody what's going on, but they can go directly to the website and they can get the information for themselves. And so that is great information. I look forward to hearing more information about that. And thank you for just being forthcoming and just giving us information that is greatly needed, not just in Whitehall, but for the Franklin County area. And that's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Ms. Coniston.
Thank you, President Potter. Obviously, we've got a lot of fun things going on, but another thing that I just wanted to mention is because this has been very, runs in my family, has been very dear to our heart, is I'm a big advocate to make sure that everybody gets their mammograms. So October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Get those scheduled. Breast cancer is not just women, it also can be men. So do those self-exams and go out and get that scheduled.
Very nice message. Mr. Cantor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you all for coming. Very nice to see new faces and things. Mrs. Bivens, I don't think I've ever called you Mrs. Bivens before, but since we're on TV, I will say Mrs. Bivens. Thank you so very much for that information. That's very, very important information. Of course, you're always more than welcome to come up here and speak, and I know we'll always give you more than 3 minutes. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank everybody at the administration for all the information that you've given us. It's very important. Lori, thank you for your information. And Karen, you and I always bring up Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I know it's devastated my family in the last 5 years. Like she says, men get it also, but kudos to the NFL, kudos to the NCAA in football, and kudos to Whitehall Rams for recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month by the pink socks that they wear. And it's a really, really good thing. I think I'm going to end it by saying congratulations to my daughter Elizabeth. Daddy loves you. Good job this year in volleyball. And congratulations to my daughter Isabella on her first semester completed at Whitehall Young High School. It's a very big transition for her, and she's doing it. She's coming through, and I'm really proud of her. I love you girls. Daddy will see you soon. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you. Ms. Heck.
Thank you, Mr. President. I feel like everybody's kind of said everything already, so the same as what everybody else says, and I hope to see you at some of the great events that are happening. That's all.
Thank you. Mr. Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Ms. Bivens, for your presentation, and look forward to your next presentation. I'm sure it'll be very interesting. Thank everyone for showing up and everyone for watching, and really appreciate all of the Community Day Board information this evening, and thank the administration and the rest of the council, and everyone have a good week.
Thank you. Mr. Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have nothing further to add. Thanks to all of you for your comments. Appreciate it.
And finally, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. Last Saturday, Wes and I went over to the Whitehall Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association spaghetti dinner. Saw a few folks from here there, and nice event, really, really nice. Joy, thank you for coming and letting us know. That's a wonderful opportunity for a lot of folks. Thank you so much. And a shout out to Whitehall Police Department on their arrest of the serial robber earlier.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was just
Yeah.
outstanding work.
Good job.
So, and last of all, in 2 days, my littlest critter, my oldest grandson's gonna be 14. Hard to believe that. So Christopher, happy birthday. Love you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. I would just like to echo all the fine comments that were made up here, and for the joy coming in this evening. We do look forward to inviting you back and hearing more.
Mr. President, before Mr. Bailey interjects his motion.
Second?
No. I want to thank everybody that attended the grand opening of the dog park.
Yep.
It was a lot of work went onto this. Mayor, Mr. Woods, Mr. Bivens with their guidance, Mr. Miller with their financial well-being and upstanding, and Mr. Quinzel, thank you very much. Most importantly, this council. I mean, we did a good job, and we took a lot of grief for this, and it was a really, really good turnout. There was a lot of people, much more than I anticipated coming. Shout out to our Parks Commission. Shout out to our super awesome Parks Director, Shannon Sorrell. You do a fantastic job. Thank you for staying in Whitehall. And that's all I have to say.
Okay. Mr. President, do you have anything further to add?
I appreciate the question, and no, I do not. So do you have something for me?
Yes, I move to adjourn.
Second?
Oh, that's a little longer than usual. Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Mr. Rodriguez to adjourn. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Peck,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
And we're adjourned at 7:36.
Yes.